Individuals with avoidant attachment styles often face challenges in forming deep emotional connections. This attachment style typically stems from early experiences where emotional needs were not consistently met, leading to a protective mechanism of self-reliance and emotional distance. For avoidants, allowing someone into their inner emotional world is a significant step, often accompanied by subtle, subconscious tests to determine if the other person can be trusted with their vulnerabilities. Here are the 3 common tests avoidants may use before letting someone in emotionally. 1. Testing for consistency and reliability. Avoidants value independence and tend to shy away from relationships that feel chaotic or unpredictable. As a result, they often test others for consistency. This might manifest as 1. Observing responses over time. They watch how you respond in various situations, especially stressful or emotionally charged ones, to see if your behavior is stable. 2. Creating distance. An avoidant might withdraw temporarily to see if you maintain a steady and patient approach or react with frustration and insecurity. 3. Why this matters. For avoidants, consistency signals safety. Knowing that someone won't overreact or abandon them when they create emotional distance helps build trust. 2. Testing boundaries. Avoidants are highly protective of their personal space, both physical and emotional. They may test how well you respect their boundaries by 1. Delaying vulnerability. They might take longer to share personal stories or open up emotionally, gauging whether you pressure them to share or let them move at their own pace. 2. Rejecting help or support. Sometimes, avoidants might refuse assistance even when they need it, observing whether you respect their independence or insist on stepping in. 3. Why this matters. Respect for boundaries reinforces their sense of autonomy. If someone pushes too hard or doesn't respect their need for space, they may retreat further. 3. Testing emotional safety. For avoidants, emotional safety is paramount. They often fear judgment, rejection, or being overwhelmed by intense emotions. To test emotional safety, they might, 1. Share a minor vulnerability. Before delving into deeper emotions, avoidants might share a less significant but still personal detail to see how you react. Supportive and non-judgmental responses encourage them to open up further. 2. Express ambivalence or doubts. They might voice uncertainties about the relationship to see if you can handle such discussions without becoming defensive or overly emotional. 3. Why this matters. Positive reinforcement during these small tests reassures avoidants that they can trust you with their feelings and that you won't exploit their vulnerability. How to pass these tests. Navigating relationships with avoidants requires patience, understanding, and emotional intelligence. Here are some tips. 1. Be patient. Avoidants need time to trust. Rushing them will likely push them away. 2. Validate their feelings. Even if you don't fully understand their perspective, show that you respect and acknowledge their emotions. 3. Maintain your own independence. Demonstrating self-sufficiency reassures avoidants that the relationship won't threaten their autonomy. 4. Stay consistent. Reliability and calmness, especially during challenging times, go a long way in building trust. The science behind these behaviors. Research on attachment theory, pioneered by John Bowlby and expanded by Mary Ainsworth, highlights how early life experiences shape attachment styles. Avoidants often grew up in environments where emotional needs were dismissed or downplayed. Studies published in journals like Attachment and Human Development emphasize that avoidants develop self-reliance as a survival mechanism, but this can hinder their ability to form close relationships. According to Dr. Amir Levine and Rachel Heller, authors of Attached, The New Science of Adult Attachment, understanding an avoidant's behaviors is key to creating secure and fulfilling relationships. Avoidants aren't incapable of love, they simply require relationships that balance emotional closeness with respect for their independence. Conclusion. Avoidants often use subtle tests to determine if someone is safe to let in emotionally. These tests, while sometimes frustrating, are their way of ensuring that a relationship won't compromise their sense of self. By understanding these behaviors and responding with patience, respect, and consistency, you can build a strong foundation of trust with an avoidant partner.